Hey there, I'm Melissa with New South Table and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be making a chocolate pound cake. But not just any chocolate pound cake. This one is full of chocolate syrup and oh so divine. A couple of tips before you get started. Make sure all of your ingredients are at room temperature, and when you purchase the margarine, read the label. The margarine needs to have at least 80% vegetable oil. That's extremely important to create the velvety texture in this cake. If you can't find the chocolate syrup in a can, it's no problem. You can use what's in the bottle. You're just going to use about 14 ounces of it. So come on into my kitchen and let's get started. Begin with a tube cake pan and very clean hands and a little shortening. You'll rub the shortening all around the edges of the pan, making sure that you've covered every inch of the surface. And don't forget the tube coming up the middle. That needs to be covered as well. Be generous and don't worry about making a mess. Now you're going to dust this with flour. The flour is going to stick to the shortening. So I usually take a spoon and just gently tap the tube part first. Then the excess flour goes to the bottom of the pan and you'll just shake it around and turn it so that the flour sticks to the shortening. Once everything's covered, you'll have a little left over in the bottom. So you'll just dump it out. And there you go. Now for the ingredients. You're going to need evaporated milk, baking powder and salt, vanilla, margarine that's at least 80% vegetable oil, shortening, eggs, and flour. And I usually just take a whisk to get all the clumps out. And you'll need chocolate syrup. Now you're going to take the margarine and the shortening and using a mixer, it doesn't have to be a stand mixer, it can be a hand mixer, it's fine. And you're going to cream those ingredients until they're light and fluffy. Don't rush this process. It really needs to be creamy. Now add the sugar. Mix it up. Once this has been mixed well, just scrape the sides down to keep the bowl clean, and it just makes everything come together better and smoother. You kind of want a fluffy mixture here. That's what we're going for. Now we're going to add the eggs one at a time while the mixer's going. Now this appears to be going really fast, but I've sped this video up so that it doesn't take forever for you to see this. Just turn the mixer down to a lower speed and add the eggs one at a time. Scrape the sides down to clean it up. And again, I really want this to be creamy. Again, this is going much faster than what it will in real time. And don't forget to add the salt and baking powder to the flour before you mix it in. We really want to slow the mixer down here when we add the flour. And I just add the flour a little at a time, and when I've added about half of the flour, I'll add in about half of the milk. Again, we're going pretty slow here. Continue alternating milk and flour until everything's mixed in. Then the vanilla goes in. Scrape everything down, clean everything up. Now, you're going to start adding the chocolate syrup. I'm just going to mix this until all the chocolate has mixed well into the batter. Scrape down the sides again. Now you're going to put it into the pan that you have greased and floured. Just make sure everything's in there and it's leveled out. You don't want one side of it higher than the other. And I just take it and just kind of shake it, hit it on the counter a couple of times. Then you're going to bake on 325 degrees for a little over an hour. Check it with a toothpick or a skewer to make sure that there's nothing coming out on the wooden pick. If it's done, remove it and let it sit there for about 10 minutes before trying to remove it from the tube cake pan. It's time to slice it. That cake is so moist, and it's really moist today, but it's going to be even more moist on day 2 and 3. I don't know what it is about this cake, but the longer it sits, the more moist it gets. Tastes a little bit like a brownie. And there you have it. I hope you enjoy. God bless.